Hey everybody, it's Mike again, and it's a Monday. That's why I got that plate going. Today, I built a Reddit poster using Cline and Prawn, and we're going to host it on Coolify. And of course, all the timestamps and links to everything will be in the description. The prerequisites for this, you do have to make a Reddit app. Don't worry, I'm going to walk through that. You will need a Coolify, obviously, account. You'll need a GitHub account to pull these things. You'll need a make.com account or N8N. And you can also use Postman. So after you get this all into your Coolify, you can use Postman to also use this. One thing, though, is you cannot send pictures. I've tried every way possible to send pictures. Now, maybe if somebody's a little smarter than me, maybe you'll know how to do it. But I think that's part of the Reddit API itself does not allow pictures to be sent. To make it easy, Prawn and Reddit really only accept Markdown. So this only accepts Markdown. You can't use HTML or anything. Embedded links, though, do work. So if you have, like, go to my cool site and you have that linked, as long as you use the proper Markdown, it does work. So you're probably saying, well, who is this for? Well, Reddit SEO is absolutely crazy right now. It is the king. So if you have a blog, affiliate sites, even a YouTube channel, I would highly recommend posting your stuff on Reddit. If we go to Google, this one might, but see Reddit right there. After you get past all the main ads, there's Reddit. I mean, Reddit is almost always on the first page for even the stupidest things. Granted, there's, obviously YouTube is obviously really a good one too, and I didn't spell not right. Reddit SEO right now is really big. If you have anything like this, use it. Or, of course, this is just for people who just want to automate their subreddits. Maybe you want to post daily to your subreddit. This would be a great way to just go ahead and pre-plan all your posts, and then you could just automate it for the whole week and be done with it. So what you're going to want to do is go to your Reddit profile and then go to settings. So right here, you want to go to your settings, and then you're going to want to go to privacy. And then after you click on privacy, you're going to want to go to third party. That's a bad circle. Authorization. And that will take you to this, which I have a link for down below, which I will leave you a direct link for this. And then you might have stuff here. You might not, probably not, if you just started with this. If you are using this, then you've probably seen this screen. But then you just want to go down here to, it'll either be create an app or create another app, whichever one you're using. Then we're just going to click on that. It's going to call it YouTube test. You don't have to give it a description. You want to make sure it is a script. You want to make sure you check script. So once again, it did say that I needed a URL. Just use something stupid like this. It can be any number. You can make this 3,000, 1,000, 4,000. I just put random numbers. I am not a robot, and create an app. And then the app was created. So here is our app. And the things you need to know is this is going to be your account key, and this is going to be your secret key. So I will leave both of these down below. I have two different versions for you guys. I have a testing version, and I have one that actually uses API keys for a more secure version. This README is really bad. I'm not really good at this type of stuff. But you can see this is going to be your env file. So your Reddit client ID and secret key are going to be, there's your secret, there's your client. And then this user agent, you just have to make something up. We'll go over that. You will need your username and your Reddit password for this. And then once again, we're just doing a simple API call. So this version, like I said, does not have any authorization. So if somebody were to know your domain and to use /post, they could post to the Reddit using it, but we are using the forms, which I'll show you how to do. And then on the one with the API, you can see I just added API and username, which you need to make those up. And this call, you basically send a header auth for your username and API password. And so I will show you guys a simple make automation like I have here that's taking a WordPress post, converting it to Markdown, and then using our auto poster to send to Reddit. You can do the same thing in make.com. I don't have anything fancy set up for this yet. Make.com is a little different, so I'm still learning how to figure that one out. But I will leave a link to this template. It's free in the description, so check that out too. So now you need to go to your Coolify, and we're going to come up here to add a project. And I'm just going to call this, and we'll just continue. And it's production. We'll add a resource. And then from here, I mean, right now I have everything private, obviously, but by the time you watch this, everything will be available. So I'm just going to use my private repository. I'll use my GitHub app. This one, that is the auth. So we're just going to load it. And the build pack is just a Docker file. So make sure you're just picking Docker file. Now, when it comes to the port, I think on here I have port 8000. So I have 8000 set up. Now, depending on how you have your Coolify set up with your traffic and caddy and reverse proxies and stuff, you might have to change that. We'll see what happens. I don't have any issues, so. And then obviously we're doing the main branch. Make sure it's a Docker file. We'll just hit continue. And then come back to the GitHub here. And then we're going to want to put all of our credentials in. So to make this real easy, you just copy all this. Go to Coolify. Go to our environment variables. And then come up here to developer view. And it'll open this up. And then we're just going to paste. I'm going to paste in both of these. Okay, so your client and secret IDs are in the app you just created. So this is your client. So we'll copy that. And we'll paste it there. And there. Now you could just do this once and then copy it, obviously, which I think I'm going to do. Our secret key is obviously right here. It says secret. So we'll just copy our secret. And now you do need to make an agent name. Now I do have, where did I put it? You know, my bot by your username. I mean, you don't have to, this doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm losing track of my tabs here. So I'm literally just going to use the example I have, my bot 1.0 by, I don't know, Mike. And now, obviously, I'm not going to show you guys my username and password. So your API key right now, I am just going to call this test1234. And my username is just going to be Mike. Obviously, use real stuff for production. Don't use stupid things like this. And then after you post all of your stuff, you just want to come down here to save and then go back to normal view. And then it puts everything in a nice, clean environment for you. Awesome, right? Now, once again, I did make my API key something really stupid, which I would not recommend for you to do in a development environment. Now, if you wanted to change the name of this, you can change the domain if you want. So once again, when it loads, it does say 3000. But if you remember in my docs, we did set it to 8000. But you need to do whatever you need to do to make sure it works on your Coolify instance. But I'm going to put 8000 in here. And then I'm just going to hit save. And I'm not going to change the link. You know, I mean, unless somebody can figure out this link, I mean, you might not need to use the authorization method. But if you're concerned about it, obviously, this is why I'm showing you guys this method. The other method, you just don't have to put in the API username and key, obviously. That's completely left out. So, okay, we got everything set up. I'm just going to hit save again. It should take no time to deploy. And then just like that, it is all ready to go. And that's, so now what we need to do is set up our, I'm going to do the make.com one here, is you just need to do an HTTP module and you're going to make a request. And then your URL is going to be this URL. So if we just copy this. Also, if you notice too on my docs here, here are your endpoints. So if you want to get the health check, you just do get/health. That's how you post. And then if you want the docs, so we're just going to do a post/post. So this is going to be /post, and this is going to be a post. And now on this one, we have to set up the header auth. So as you can see, we have header auth. So we're going to do X API key. And username. And because my brain does not work sometimes, so we'll just do test 1, 2, 3, 4. And this value will be Mike. And now to send the actual data, we will need to do this right here, this form URL encode, and add fields. And you will have to add 3 fields. Now, once again, these are mentioned in here. So we have the subreddit, the title, and the text. So I'm just literally going to copy these. So that's going to be your subreddit, and then title, and then text. Now I'm just going to post to my own subreddit, and I'm going to use test, and then I'm just going to say this is a test, and then hit save. And I don't think I have my subreddit pulled up. And now if we just want to test this, I'm just going to run this only with everything set up. As you can see, post was created. So as you can see on my subreddit here, I have test. This is a test. And that's basically all I sent, my fields. So here's my subreddit. I sent test, and it says this is a test. So all I have is this is a test. Awesome. And then for make.com, you would basically do the same thing. Just set up an HTTP request, put in the same information. So once again, we just put in our URL /post. So with N8N, you're going to have to do a header auth, and we're going to have to add 2 parameters. So you're going to have to do the X API key, and then X API username. And this was test 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think this was just Mike. And so once again, I'm just going to post to my subreddit. We'll do test, and then for this, I'll put test from N8N. And I think that's all we need to do. Let's go ahead and test it. We'll see if we get the happy result back. It says yes. Wow, this one posted right away. So as you can see, test from N8N. Awesome. So that's how you would do that. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, these will be public. Right now they say private, don't worry. I would recommend forking these and playing with the code yourself to see if maybe there's something better. I mean, if anybody smarter than me can make this better, by all means, please make it better. Obviously, it's free, it's open source. So if you guys have any questions, I'll try to answer them. If not, have fun. Thanks. See you again.